In the village of Amokwa lay nestled between rolling hills and thick forest, a place where the old ways still held power. In this village lived a girl named Ezinne, a child of mystery. Her mother, Olaedo, had died bringing her into the world, and her father, Motsi Udoka, a respected herbalist, whispered to anyone who would listen that his daughter was born with spirits watching over her. From childhood, Ezinne was different. Flowers bloomed where she walked, and when she wept, the wind carried whispers that only the elders could understand. One evening, as Motsi Udoka prepared his herbs, he called out to her. "Ezinne, my child, come sit by me." She obeyed, sitting cross-legged beside her father. He sighed, grinding dried leaves with his fingers. "You are not like the other children. You carry something powerful. But power without wisdom is dangerous." Ezinne, now 14, nodded, though she did not fully understand. The villagers already feared her. Women whispered when she passed, children avoided her gaze, and men clutched their charms. They spoke of the time Obina, the butcher's son, had pushed Ezinne into the mud, and the next morning, his right hand was covered in strange boils. Or the time the village's best cow stopped giving milk after its owner insulted her father. One day, Adiku, the village gossip, arrived at Udoka's compound, her face twisted with worry. "Motsi Udoka, my daughter is dying," she cried. The girl, Ifinanya, lay limp in her arms, her breath shallow. "You must help her." Ezinne stepped forward before her father could respond. She knelt and placed her hands on Ifinanya's forehead. The girl shivered, her lips turning a deep shade of purple. Ezinne closed her eyes, muttering words she did not fully understand. A faint glow surrounded her hands, and suddenly, Ifinanya gasped, color returning to her cheeks. The villagers who had gathered gasped in fear and awe. "She is a witch," someone whispered. "A child of the dark spirits," another hissed. But Adiku, overwhelmed with gratitude, fell to her knees. "Ezinne, my daughter owes you her life." That night, Motsi Udoka sat with his daughter, his expression unreadable. "You must be careful, Ezinne. Power is a gift, but it is also a curse if wielded without caution." But fate had already set her path. Weeks later, a great darkness fell upon Amokwa. The flowers that once bloomed at Ezinne's feet withered overnight. The river turned murky, and the air smelled of rot. People fell ill, one by one, their bodies growing cold as though death walked among them. The village elders gathered, their faces lined with fear. "This is not a sickness of the body," said Motsi Okeke, the eldest among them. "This is a sickness of the spirit. Something unnatural has entered our land." Ezinne knew. She felt it, a presence, watching, waiting. That night, she dreamt of a woman dressed in black, her eyes as empty as the night sky. "You are mine, Ezinne," the woman whispered. "It is time." She awoke with a scream, sweat drenching her body. Her father rushed in, his face tight with worry. "What did you see?" he demanded. "Death," she whispered. "And she is calling my name." The next morning, she found the first flower of death, a single black lily standing tall in the center of the village square. The elders recognized it at once. "A soul must be taken," one of them murmured. "Or the whole village will perish." Panic spread like wildfire. The people gathered, eyes wild with fear. And then, their gazes turned to Ezinne. "She is the reason this is happening," someone screamed. "She brought this darkness." Motsi Udoka stepped forward, rage in his voice. "My daughter has done nothing but heal your children and bless your land." But the crowd was not listening. They had already decided. Ezinne met their stares, her heart pounding. She understood now. The woman in her dreams, the flowers, the whispers in the wind, death had been waiting for her. She turned to her father, tears brimming in her eyes. "I must go." "No," he roared, grabbing her arm. "I will not let them take you." But Ezinne gently removed his hand. "This is bigger than me, Papa. If I do not go, more will die." With that, she walked forward, past the wailing women, past the accusing stares, and toward the edge of the village, where the black lilies had started to bloom. The wind howled as if the gods themselves mourned. The last thing Motsi Udoka saw was his daughter standing among the flowers, her arms open wide, welcoming the darkness as it swallowed her whole. And then, the flowers turned white. The sickness lifted, the river ran clear again, and the village was saved. But Ezinne was gone. Yet, in the quiet nights, when the wind whispered through the trees, villagers swore they could hear a voice, soft, kind, and filled with something eternal. "Papa, I am still here." A terrifying prophecy. A village on the brink. And a girl destined for something greater than life itself. When the black lilies bloom, a soul must be taken, and Ezinne knows who death has come for. But will she fight her fate? Or will she embrace the darkness to save the ones she loves? Watch now. As a young girl walks the line between life and the spirit world in this gripping African folklore-inspired story. Dare to enter the world of Ezinne. Click play. But beware. Death is always watching. Watch out for part 2.